Hey, this is Matthew.
And this is Andrea.
And welcome to WrestleRabble here on Nerd News Today. This is the show where we talk all things wrestling. It's a Southern thing. You know, wrestling,
You're not
pro wrestling.
Southern.
Well, we're talking about some good old-fashioned Southern wrestling, right?
We're New York-based.
They don't need to know that.
They already do.
All right, well, why don't we talk about some New York versus Southern wrestling stuff here, shall we? So recently in the news, we saw that Cody Rhodes has been picking up some trademarks for AEW.
Yeah, this has actually been pretty exciting to see.
I'm going to actually pull up this list, in fact, on my phone. So Cody got a bunch of very interesting trademarks here. He got things like the Match Beyond and the Prince of Wrestling, but he also got Super Brawl, Slamboree, Bash at the Beach, which we know is going to be an event that we're going to see very soon, the American Nightmare, Bunkhouse Stampede, Battle Bowl, and most importantly,
The big one.
the American Dream and Dusty Rhodes.
That's the really exciting news, that he got his father's name back.
Yeah, because for quite some time, he didn't really even have his own name, technically, Cody. That's
No.
why he's Cody. But
Yeah.
he got his dad's name back, which is amazing. Because basically WWE let the copyright expire on a bunch of these things that they own.
Their egos are just so damn big. It's like, did they really not think this was going to happen?
I think they just let it expire, and apparently it was Cody hanging out with Conrad, and they were just like, let's just go buy some copyrights. And apparently that was the day where everything lapsed, and they just went to town.
Well, yeah, and they should. It's just, I mean, the fact that he had to buy his father's name back, I
Yeah.
mean, that's just awful, and is part of why he issued the giant FU to the WWE, you know?
Exactly.
But it's, God, how stupid do you have to be to let these things expire if you, I mean, granted, if you really don't care about it, fine, you don't care about it. In that case, they should have given, Cody back Dusty's name. They should have just given it to him as goodwill.
Should get him back his name or anything.
Oh, yeah, right? I mean, there are plenty of things they could have done. But with the other stuff, it's also like, if you really didn't care that much, then why are you acting so messed up now?
And so back in May, Cody actually applied for that trademark for Dusty, and he got turned down.
Yeah.
So now, apparently things are different. He got it. And in a now since deleted tweet, Cody put out a thing like basically saying, I guess I'm going to need to go buy some new suits because I'm head of the court. Which was leading many to believe that maybe WWE is taking some legal action against him.
Which would be really stupid.
Yeah.
And really thoughtless. And again, WWE, what the hell are you thinking?
So what's really interesting with that is with this whole crazy copyright law stuff that's going on. WWE has let trademarks expire in the past, and there is in fact a precedent for some stuff. So if WWE wants to say, oh, well, we had Great American Bash or Bash at the Beach, rather, or Slamboree or Super Bowl, we own them already, or we've done events with their names. But, so back in the mid-2000s, the War Games copyright expired.
Yeah.
WWE didn't do anything with it. They were just like, meh, whatevs. So MLW bought it, and they actually ran a War Games event using the name. So obviously since then, WWE bought it back. But the point being is that there's actually now a legal precedent that has been set, which is, when lawyers are doing their due diligence to get everything ready for their cases, they look for these types of precedent.
Yeah.
So because the War Games had expired in the past, someone else bought it and ran events, and that didn't conflict apparently really with WWE.
They were just like, whatever.
There's now a precedent that Cody could have Bash at the Beach, or Slamboree, or Super Brawl, and it shouldn't matter.
It's an interesting thing, I mean, good for Cody. I'm on his side on this one because WWE is just, they've become so used to being, the big dog of the whole wrestling world. They've just gotten, they've gotten lazy, they've gotten arrogant, their head's gotten too big. They think they can get away with just about anything. And here's Cody coming in. He knows how they are.
Yep.
He knows how they roll. He knows all this. They didn't give him his dad's name or his. So it's like, okay, you screw me over? Well, I know how you are, so boo-boo.
He's the true enemy within. He is the American Nightmare.
I love it. Really. I mean, this is just part of why I'm digging on AEW right now so much.
But what I find kind of a little bit more upsetting about this is that most of these, pretty much almost all these names here, I'm going to look at it one more time. These were mostly names of WCW events. And a lot of people have been complaining about AEW, drawing comparisons to them being too much like WCW.
Okay, yeah.
So when you have Super Brawl, Slamboree, Bash at the Beach, Bunkhouse Stampede, and Battle Bowl, those are all WCW things.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to draw those negative comparisons to a failed company.
That is very true. It could be that Cody's doing it as a way to, one, as a way to stick it to AEW. I mean, stick it to the WWE, but also it could be a way of him saying, "Okay, failed company. Well, you know what? We're gonna use it with a company that's not gonna fail."
Yeah.
You know, this could be his way of saying, "Nah, we're gonna make this work." At least that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that too. Actually, to be honest, I kind of want to see what he does with them. And the other thing too that bothers me is that WWE has been sitting on these trademarks for so long and done nothing with them. Like they ran a Great American Bash many years ago for a little bit, and meh, whatever. But then they've had trademarks like Halloween Havoc, and they've never run a Halloween Havoc show.
So then like, why don't you? Yeah,
it's like one of the greatest names for pay-per-view ever.
Oh, I would be all over that. That would be a lot of fun.
They've never run anything with it. I mean, they've just started doing Starcades.
True.
So there's that, but
okay, look, let's be honest. You know the SmackDowns and the Raws episodes that are around Halloween? People are dressing up in costume. They're having all this fun. They're doing all this crazy stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is the time for Halloween Havoc because you have a whole bunch of nerds in your company and it's amazing.
Seriously, Halloween Havoc should have been in there. I know this year they were doing one of their many Blood Money events on Halloween, but they should be doing Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, with the group of wrestlers that they have, they would be all over this. It would be the most amazing thing to see. And quite frankly, I'd rather it be WWE that do something with it than AEW right now because we know what kind of nerds are in WWE.
There's pretty good amount in AEW too, though.
Yeah, I know, but we know them better. Yeah. And I think that would just get a bigger pop, than AEW. Yeah. AEW still needs to establish, itself in terms of, its legitimacy. So sometimes they can't have as much fun. They can't be quite as fast and loose as WWE can be. And everyone's still going to be like, "Oh, okay, cool. We know what's up." But WWE doing it? Oh my god.
Yeah. So really the point of that, just at the end of the day, WWE has all these trademarks. I want to see them actually use it, not just sit on them so that nobody else can.
Yeah.
I know some things you don't want to use because whatever, they're outdated or stupid. But, if you got good pay-per-view names or other things that you own in your library, because they have so much in their library, use them. I mean, they got all the ECW names that could be thrown out there, which I don't really know about how the trademarks are for those, if they own them or what the deal is, but you got all these old great ECW names that they could be using. Like, I always loved Barely Legal. Or, like, again, if you have WCW names, they've got...
that one's a little...
Well, good point. But you got WCW. Why not have uncensored events? Mm-hmm. Which sounds as terrible as Barely Legal now that I talk about it with you.
Yeah.
Uncensored and Barely Legal. Wow. I just understood 90s pro wrestling just in that instant. Terrible pay-per-view names aside that are very dated. There's plenty of other names they can be using, so at the end of the day, if AEW is going to go in that direction and try and bring some nostalgia and add a modern twist to it, why can't WWE do that more?
Well, I mean, that's like asking why can't WWE use half the awesome wrestlers that they have on their roster?
Yeah.
That all want to leave and they're just like, "Nope, we're just going to keep you around and let you do nothing." They're just not thinking. And that's, again, one of the issues I have with the WWE.
I kind of say this is like a baseball versus football kind of comparison. Whereas baseball is the old traditional sport of America, and football is modern and futuristic in a lot of ways. Sleek and, all built, packaged really well, whatever. Point being is that, WWE is the more sleek product, and they're thinking future and ahead and all this other stuff. Whereas AEW really is taking a step backwards.
Yeah.
So I feel like taking these names, it's not a step backwards in a negative way. It's that we're here to remind you of what your roots in wrestling were and what you enjoyed as a kid versus being shoved blood money events down your throat.
Yeah.
We'll see how this develops. I would be very interested to see if WWE actually does drag Cody to court over this.
If they do, I don't know. I really think they're in the wrong on this one.
I mean, Cody's going to fight it. I'm sure he's going to fight this
one. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think what Cody's been trying to do has been really good. It's legitimate competition for the WWE, and that's why they're doing this sort of thing, because they're afraid.
Yeah.
Because there's just been so much buzz around WWE, and quite frankly, losing Jericho, losing Pac, losing Moxley, those were big. Oh, sorry, Shawn Spears. Can't forget Shawn Spears. He's fun. It's just those are kind of a big deal. It's part of why they're holding on to all the wrestlers. They're afraid to let anyone go because they know they're gonna go over to AEW. Sorry, slightly off topic, but I also heard rumor that part of why they're holding on to people and not letting them go is because it's legitimately their fear is AEW, and that the only way they'll release some of them is if they promise not to go to AEW, or if they think so lowly of them that it doesn't matter where they go. They're not going to make an impact, and that's just like, really, WWE? Like, that's your thinking? And I feel like it does kind of apply to some of the trademark stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's just like, really? You're just holding on to this stuff to be greedy little bastards?
Pretty much, yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, you nailed that one on the head, yeah.
It's like, just fuck that. Let people enjoy wrestling. The competition will be great for everyone.
Yeah.
It'll force everyone to up their game.
We said it last time, this is a great time to be a wrestling fan, and this is why, because the Wednesday Night Wars, man.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm firmly Team AEW here. Though Halloween Havoc, I'm firmly WWE.
Well, let's make that happen. We got about a year till that could happen. So,
Right.
WWE, if you're watching this, and I know you're not, make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, on that note, I'm Matthew.
I'm Andrea.
Thanks for watching WrestleRabble here on Nerd News today. If you like this segment, go ahead and let us know in the comments. And especially, if you agree or disagree with what we said in this video, also let us know in the comments. We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, and hell, even if you don't like it, still let us know.
We'd like to do more pro wrestling stuff, so if you guys are coming back to watch it, we'll keep making them.
Yeah.
So until then, we'll see you guys next time, and keep watching stuff, I guess, because, there's a lot of wrestling on TV, so,
That was terrible.
just watch wrestling. Watch wrestling.
Watch wrestling, then come back for whatever we say.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Goodbye.